Hi friends, welcome back to my 500 threat series with Cassandra. I'm Icon and this is episode 19. And we're going to do our best to survive yet another day. So, let's see. Robert Borrega is my next new hope. In terms of cannon fodder, he will do quite well. I've got more than enough room for enough other people, and I'd say it's about time to switch those wooden walls with... exchange these wooden walls with stone walls, because all it takes will be one siege. And then we're in big trouble. Because this is all fine and dandy until it starts burning and people are wounded and not able to respond to that, or people are somewhere else fighting and not able to respond to that, and in no time this turns to nothing. This is just, I've seen that happen before, and it's horrifying how fast in Rimworld your colony can turn to ashes if you're building with wood. So, let's see. I've got 140 stone blocks here. I'd say this is the top priority, to exchange this area here with proper walls. Well, with how things are going right now, I have a hard time deciding how much I fortify myself on this map tile. Because basically I feel like we should be now trying to force as much technology per map tile as possible. Like, all the technology that I bring from one tile to the next are my progress, and the rest is just trying my best to reset the aggro of the storyteller. Basically, that's what we're doing here. Okay, we need more stone. So, Sapphire will do some stone cutting now today. There's a decent chance that these chunks are, well, not even enough for this one. I don't know. Oh, Robert Borrega, welcome. Grasshopper is her name, actually. Good stuff. We got now top priority doctors with passion. I can now lower triggers priority here. So this guy has also interest in wardening. That's not bad. But most importantly, Robert Borrega is a combat pawn, so... well, let's give her that thing. I mean, wait a second. If we're working like that, I'd say the LMG now goes to Sadako, and Robert Borrega will receive that revolver, because Sadako is a trigger-happy person, and I love heavy automatic guns on trigger-happy people. That's just so powerful. And I think we need all the power we can get. Also, it's time to automate things a little bit here and there. Just with this check mark here, they'll pick those berries whenever they're ready. I do that a lot with ambrosia sprouts, but as of lately, I don't do that this often anymore. Especially if that zone is far away from my base. You can create yourself death traps by creating zones around ambrosia sprouts, then they wither and die, and then you forget to remove that ground here. In my scenario, if somebody would, for example, like here, start picking ambrosia, first off there's a bear, but that's another story. If there would be a raid from this or that angle, that person would be dead meat. And while in a default playthrough, I don't care too much about that, you know. Most of the time, that's just what makes the lower difficulty levels exciting. Again, my low attention span while recording, for example, and forcing horrible nightmares upon me. But out here, we can't play like that, you know. Also, with all that wood available, I want to start securing the interior of the base here as well. It's really, really useful to have these. I've made that experience numerous times, that traps in your own home turf are such lifesavers while retreating or something like that. Basically, all these traps I'm building now will eat up a ton of resources, I know that. But if we ever get overrun, this is my get out of jail ticket to finally leave that map somehow, basically. Maybe if I'm lucky. So I think, Sapphire, it's time to call it a day. So progress of today, and almost the entire freezer is now enclosed with walls. We're running low on food again, but that's no real news. And so Robert Braga, what do I do with her as her primary job? Normally I would say use that art talent and stay available for combat situations, but that's not cool. Art increases my colony's wealth. And right now I'm honestly not too interested about wealth at all. The only wealth I would like is wealth in form of weapons and armor. Something like that. In case you're wondering why they're not not plucking them berries, that's because they're not 100% grown. These orders here work quite specific. They only pick that stuff the moment it's 100%, so don't ask. Alright, people are picking up their food quite often from the floor and eat it in the warehouse. Well. You silly buffoons. Let's do them a little favor. Alright. But at least that big cutting party yielded a lot of resources. But yeah, we're actually using up a lot of them today. Alright. Now, we need to deal with our food issues, but luckily there's a lot of alpaca here. And it's pretty cool to have people like Robert Braga who are just available for hunting jobs the whole day. And that's what I came up with, because I feel like it's one of the best things right now she can do. Quite the strong fighter there. So I'd say that, yeah, that wolf took some alpaca too. And that wolf is pretty deado. We could kill him easier under these circumstances, but I don't feel like we need that too much. What we need pretty much is, yeah, okay, trigger is to research cook. That's a combo I actually like a lot. But only as long as it's necessary. I feel like cooks are often, a cook's job is well defined at the end of the day during the early game of most of my colonies, because I rarely do more cooking jobs than a low amount of rations at any time. Like, this is all I can order and all I want to order. And the rest of the time my cook can peacefully research. He will interrupt his work quite often with that setup. Example. Oh, I thought you wanted to slaughter, but butcher I want to say, but no. Obviously he's off for some chess. Okay. So I didn't want to interrupt Sapphire's work today with stone cutting, because I felt like the priority of these spike traps was for me a tad bit higher, especially since I had such a insane stockpile of wood logs here. And it's going to only increase here, because when I start exchanging these walls, there's only going to be more wood logs left. But that's fine. Visitors. Pete and Callie are coming for a visit. I really feel like I need a door here. Maybe I killed the door here even. So, oh, I don't have numbers mod installed. Maybe I changed that. Numbers mod is not really impacting the gameplay too much. It's merely a tool to have a better overview of the situation. Okay, but here we go. Pete, what's your stockpile? Good news, I can get rid of a lot of these scrap items. Oh, and he's also selling medicine. That's good. That one component, I want that too. You know, that's a real fun part of playing a very high difficulty. Suddenly, the smallest things are growing in importance. Like one component is already a pretty big thing. The food not right now, but just give me the proper environment. I'll keep that patch leather parka because that's the heaviest piece of clothing I have for now. And while I despise patch leather as a material in general, I feel like we should be using that for now. I don't know how many leathers. Well, I could craft better things, but they need to be crafted. And I really try to keep my operation as compact as possible, you know. All right, let's speed up. But sadly, Trigger doesn't really research a lot here, so I have no mods installed. It's all vanilla, so I can't put up crazy efficiency increasing buildings here, like file cabinets or such. I really like those, but well, vanilla game is vanilla game, you know. So finally, we're not low on food. That's cool. Oh, well, it's nice and dandy that she's cleaning after our people now, but I'd say she's gonna be another researcher. Let's do this. I feel like that's a good idea. Somebody with her profile is pretty good for that. I was already considering that when I recruited her, but I wasn't sure if I really would like to or not. But now I've made up my mind. And it's a good way for me to have research pretty much 24/7 rolling, and that's what we need here. I mean, right now I'm holding my breath and waiting for the next attack. Pretty sure the next attack will come quite soonish. Alright, Galga is finally finding some time to cut us some stone. Awesome. Oh yeah, and that little thingy here is finally done. Furniture. Years of playing Rimworld and still looking for items now and then. Or furniture much more. So this is really a very, very minimalistic eatery here, but at the same time I feel like my fellas are eating that often off the ground there that I really wanted to give them a little bit of a refuge here. There we go. I thought this room would do, but I'll just dismantle that table one day later and exchange that with some recreational furniture if we stay that long here. And since I forgot to to create myself some cotton, it's going to be less and less likely. Because winter is coming. Oh, we're in permanent summer anyways. Oh, never mind. Okay, we do this. We do this. I want to have some cotton. Let's use that fertile soil for that. Cotton is pretty good, especially to make your people happy. As weird as that might sound, but with cotton you can create recreational furniture. That's for me the most important usage right now, because for clothing I rarely need cloth. It's also cool to use it for flooring, but we're not reaching that level of decadency right now. And I highly doubt that we ever will reach it. I'm quite happy that we're eating fine meals right now. This alone impresses me a lot. Okay, since I somehow decided to work with sandstone inside here, let's do this. Gonna acquire a lot more chunks now. I'll start to manipulate the area here a little bit more. For example, I discovered the fact that if I would just carve away that piece of mountain, I can do my trap road a little bit longer. So the real question right now is where and when and who. But that little thingy here will help me a lot. I feel like I really should do this whole concept of a series once on an island with a limited amount of tiles, where it's like I've got 10 tiles and then I have to finish that job to enable the strategy but make it less of an infinite resource. Because honestly, until I run out of tiles here, well, that might take me a while longer than building a spaceship. But if I only had such a small cluster of tiles around me, preferably with different qualities, that would be really cool. Bandit encampment. What is the reward? It's a very small and easy quest. Is my storyteller bugged? Yeah, okay. Just surprised about the easiness of the quest, and I wanted to check if something didn't glitch. Ah! Siege. So a siege is basically one of the worst case scenarios in my situation. Okay, let's see. First up, let's draft everybody and get outside. And let's check out their armaments. So, I got lucky. Their highest range is a bolt action rifle, so I'm pretty sure we can't just force their hand. Like, the worst thing that can happen with the siege is them getting all set up and messing up your folks, you know? We're going to look over the... Oh, yeah. So for the mumblings, I just had a great idea. We just have to get into position to realize that great idea. I got a smoke pop belt, you know? I'm ready to use it. Okay, so we're in formation here. I'd say we're sending Sapphire. She's pretty okay with shooting. So oh, very good. I already triggered out one of their low shields. That comes very handy. So let's see. I'm only sending one person right now because I don't want to risk the security and well-being of my other people, and that instant headshot, you know. These instant headshots all day. Alright. It's not looking good. So Sapphire needs to retreat here and... Oh, she's not able to self-tend. Oh dear. Okay, we need to send somebody else. Let's micro her onto the ground, and who's gonna treat her? Oh, Braga is actually... First things first. Okay, so... Let's send Sadako for... Oh, they're still... Oh man, I really thought they were... All I want to do is trigger them into the attack, you know? And that's working easier the less people are standing up front there. And, there go my Huskies, but, well... Sadako in her power armor, though, is actually better off than other people there. That really doesn't go the way I thought it would. These guys are hard to force. You know... Ah, now they're coming to attack. Okay, good stuff. That's the moment I was hoping for. So, let's say... Let's use that. Because, you know... Smoke pops are extremely effective. Why did I move her like that? I wanted to move Galga, not Sadako. There we go. And Galga's just up front, catching those people who want to fall into our formation. So... Alright. Oh, we need another smoke pop. Galga. Get over there. So... I just hope we're able to take down somebody here, so I'm going to send Galga up front. Somebody has to break their formations, because right now we're stagnating. And I'd say we're only away one or two people taken down. Oh, let's focus our fire to win this. But that's not looking good right now. So, let's see. Trigger can self-tend. Yeah, well. We're gonna retreat out of this. So, I hope... Yeah, exactly. Expected that to happen at some point. So let's hope that Trigger is able to tend himself before he dies, or, well... Oh, they're kidnapping him, so... Here goes Pickles. Lucky me. I thought we were over here, but no. Yeah, that's something I kind of like expected that could happen. It's when I tried to force them too much. But at the same time, I really wanted those resources, so it's my own bad to blame. But, well, that's okay for me. Shakes up the picture a little bit. So, let's see, Mr. Pickles. At least you're a very talented person. Okay, Skagnetti, are you still? Okay, oh, dang. But most importantly, I want to secure these really good weapons. Oh yeah, we got a rad. Really expected my folks to be able to take down our enemies a little bit quicker than that. But sadly, I overestimated their fighting power by quite a lot. So... Oh well, happens. thing was just I didn't expect my guys to be able to retreat back into base after I finally managed to force them. I really need mortars, but we are not there yet, and well, I don't mind. Could be worse. Still got a person in the base, you know. The rest will follow. Just if I play a difficulty level like this, I feel like I shouldn't be angry about catastrophe happening, and especially not about if I misplay something horribly. Because, you know, I've never tried this kind of difficulty level, and I never actually min-maxed fighting or anything like that in this game too much. Basically, this is my hardcore fighting training in this scenario. And I enjoy it a lot. So Pickles is a very, very proficient Beastmaster. Good aim. So we just need to make sure that Pickles is going to... Royal Host. Yeah, sure. Good stuff. Really important things for me. Components and shells. That elephant tooth maybe too. The survival meals as well. And well, oh yeah, we got the combat deer now. Nice. So Pickles will now make animal friends. Ibexes. Are you intermediate animals? Yes, you are. Because that's my best hope right now. I've got. So revenge chance 0%. We can't go for turkeys. What up with the raccoons? They have also a intermediate trainability. Awesome. Boom rats? Intermediate too. Perfect. Gonna start with small things. And then end with rhinos. Probably. Probably not. Oh dear, I misplayed that so badly. Oh, I feel bad about this. Should have retreated way earlier there. At least with 1 or 2 people. I could have saved a few of my folks. And just... The proper procedure, I think, for me would have been to leave 1 or 2 people to die up front, and the other folks hide in the fortress and weather the storm. Then I think we would have been even able to win that. But next time I know it better. Like I said, I never had a combat-heavy Rimworld career. That's why this series is also so much fun for me. Okay, so Pickles, harvest that area. Oh, what a bountiful harvest. Okay, so we're going to try our best to stock up on wild animals now. Because I feel like that's my best hope to provide safety for myself right now. Because ideally, I really, really want to get to the next tile. And the raccoons and the boom rat, the idea behind them is right now that they are pretty mostly harmless, yes, but they keep enemies busy. Like, they really keep enemies busy. And a raccoon eats meat, which is pretty cool, because that means I don't need to pluck berries for him to keep him happy. But right now we are left with a man and his deer and a base unfinished. Oh well. But I've also would have been pretty okay with this series ending at that point. Whoa. the automatic configuration on non-combat is not cool. No, you should be allowed to self-tend. There we go. Okay, so, well, I don't think that my survival chances are that good right now, to be quite honest, but who knows? There's a mad ibex ram. Not that mad anymore. Trav's Shack of Treasure. A wall race side trainer. That's pretty good, actually. And that's a good bounty. Wow, I still have a hard time believing what happened there a moment ago, and you know, one moment they're all here, the next moment they're all dead. But now let's at least bury Trigger and call it a day for today. So, dear friends, thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast, quite literally. So, we're going to continue the series as long as possible, but I have already pretty much made up my mind that I'll either win this or win the next 500 threat run, but we're going, either way, we're going to continue this madness until I have finally built one spaceship out in this madness. So, what is wrong with you, Pickles? Well, he seems to be a man of the nature. So, with this on my mind, leave a comment down below, leave a like, leave a subscribe. I'd be very, very happy to hear from you, especially what do you think about that thing with the island or such. Maybe I can tinker around. Catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.